Hmm. Shout out to everybody on the replay. I know you're waiting for me to talk, but whenever you're watching this, understand that I haven't been on YouTube in a while. I took about 2 weeks off as of this video, and really, I'm working on something big. So I only came over here today because one of the subscribers reached out. They said, "Hey, I missed the discussions." Shout out to Winter. I missed the discussions. So I said, "Okay, let me pop out, have a discussion." I think this is April 7th, 2026. As of this day, um, Donald J. Trump is president. I seen a couple of days ago, because I'm working on something way bigger than all of this, and I think anything that's going on right now I already talked about, and I hate to just keep rehashing stuff. I could do that for views, but it's just demoralizing and a whole bunch of other stuff. It doesn't really feed my interest to get over here and just keep repeating stuff over and over again for the likes of YouTube, because that is contributing to mass distraction. I don't like to contribute to mass distraction, which is why I usually don't react to a lot of the videos and stuff like that. Um, do remember former CIA Director William Colby, former CIA Director William Colby in the 70s admitted before Congress that the CIA has used the media to propagate or crystallize the opinion of the citizens here. So, me understanding these type of shenanigans, I'm not always in the mood to respond to everything that that's happening that we all see. You understand? However, when Donald J. Trump decided to communicate with Iran through profanity rants on social media, it did pique my interest. Said, wow. It was funny and not funny at the same time. Hit the like button when you come in. Please hit the like button. It was funny and not funny at the same. It was funny because it was immature. That's why it was funny. But I don't think anything that's going on right now is hilarious, funny, or funny, and it was only funny because that's probably the last way I expected the president of the United States to respond. Like, I would not even have figured, out of all anything he could have said, I was not expecting him to just start using profanity in the tweets and threats like, yo, open up the effing Strait, you're gonna see. Like, it got immature. I was like, yo, who has his phone? I don't even think Barron would have responded like that. Barron always got a docile look on his face, but he is not docile at all. Do remember last year he made like $350 million in 1 hour. He's not docile. He just has the look of docility. Trump, and here's the thing, I know he's a puppet. I think we all know he's a puppet by now. He says, is Trump serious? I don't know if he was serious with that rant. That was that. But check this out. In that rant, he said, today's the day. And thank you for that question, because today was supposed to be the day. So he went on a Kanye West rant, DEFCON 3000. Right? He's like, yo. Yo, it's the pleading for me. That's what it is for me. And I'm going to talk about some other things. And I see some people, they logged off. Because if I'm talking against Trump, they don't want to hear that. They are set in stone on being... Remember, you're not being patriotic by following this guy blindly. And you're being used as a tool. I just want you to know that. We'll get to that later on in the show. I'll talk about a couple of things. But any U.S. citizen who thinks that you are more patriotic by just going along with whatever this administration believes it to be doing, or want to be trained that they're doing, actually you are the opposite of a patriot. In fact, you are... If you're not with us, the people, the true Americans, then you are against this. And I can tell you right now, it does not seem like Pete Hegseth or Donald Trump is with us, the citizens of the United States. But I knew that about Pete Hegseth from the beginning. And I knew once Trump took that money, it was a wrap. And as we can see, it is a wrap. They have him over there doing all type of juggling acts, shenanigans that we will get into. But before we get into the rescue mission, hit the like button, please. Please. Let me see which glasses I'm gonna need today. Not those. These are ridiculous. And not those. I don't even need glasses at this. Yeah, we're good. It says Epstein was right. We says most commies don't even know it. Who supports Epstein with me? That's crazy. Wait, what? Who makes the voice of the people? I think we make the voice of the people. Ask me who represents the voice of the people, and then we have a conversation. Who represents the voice of the people? Now, and I want you guys to have that dialogue in the comment section. But check this out. I think it was Sunday. And I don't know what I was doing, but his post came across my feed, and it was like Tuesday, we're gonna hit your bridges, we're gonna hit your power plants, or you're gonna see. Yo, my daughter, when she was 5, she used to give these type of rants. I'm dead serious, right? I used to piss my daughter off when she was 5, and she'd say, oh, now you did it. You got me upset now. And all I could do really is laugh, because I'm like, yo, who are you talking to? And this is Trump, Sunday. He's like, yo, we're going to hit your bridges, which is illegal. We're going to hit your power plants, which is illegal. And I mention it that it's illegal because we have to remind ourselves that America is just not innocent in this ordeal. And in fact, we initiated everything. Everything. And you'd have to go back into history to see how that we tried to sabotage their government and overthrow their leaders. All of this because one day we wanted a footprint in that geographic area so that we can have access to the oil. And I understand completely about the game of world denomination. And when I say we, I do not mean we. There's a bigger silent party at play here who wants all the resources on this earth. And they're very close. They are very close. Hit the like button. They are very close, right? And these are the people that do run the monetary system at the end of the day. And we'll get to them later on. Everyone else in between, if you have taken central bank money, are either puppets or very close. If you don't fall in line, you will be dealt with swiftly. Do remember Muammar Gaddafi. You understand? You will be dealt with swiftly. Now, I don't know if the people who are puppets know they are puppets yet. Maybe they don't even know it, because that tweet, let's just call it a tweet. I don't think it was on Twitter, because he doesn't use Twitter. I think he uses something. He uses his own site, American Social or something like that. I respect it. You know what I'm saying? Like, use your own. I respect it. However, the rant did not come off masculine. It did not come off dominant. It came off like he was scared. Came off immature, and that he was not in control of anything. And furthermore, that you were not winning this war. That we are not supposed to be in, and is in fact illegal. Now, my grandmother hated me using profanity, and she swore, she said, if you have to use profanity, it's because you don't have a vocabulary to express yourself. Well, I am a hardhead and a knucklehead, so what I did was beefed up my vocabulary and still use profanity just to prove her wrong. However, I was immature, and some would say an idiot. Because even though my grandmother wasn't 100% right, she had a point. And she wanted to know that I would use certain language at the appropriate time, I believe. Right? So, in his capacity as the leader, and I cannot say of the free world, because in fact, we are not free, and our rights are eroding as I do this video. For if I truly had the rights they say I have, then I could say FAG out loud without a problem, without YouTube squirming, lowering the views. Please hit the like button. 22 people in here. Only 5 people have hit the like button. Huh? I can say JEW with no problem without people reporting me. Oh, he said JEW. Really? Well, we're going to give him a pow pow. You can't say these words. So they are slowly eroding our rights here in the United States. And what happens is if they inch in and then crouch in and nobody does anything, then soon enough, you're left with a morsel of what we thought we had. We don't even have that anymore, right? Look, the man went to a war illegally. Nobody did nothing. Everybody's complaining, ranting, and raving. Well, I thought the goddamn Senate or Congress, the House of Representatives, I thought y'all could do something about it. But if y'all can't do nothing about it, then I highly doubt anybody's going to go to jail for war crimes, for blowing up a school full of little girls, let alone the bridges and the power plants and the roads that he has not already destroyed. He's destroyed one bridge already. 2 people died. He destroyed some roads. And in his frustration, because it doesn't appear he's winning, he lashes out and says, open the effing Strait already. Wait, bro. Wait. Is this the same guy who went into Venezuela, turned out the lights because they have a very poorly designed electrical grid and structure, right? So you can literally walk into Venezuela, you, not the SEALs or anybody else, just you alone could walk into Venezuela today and flick the lights off for the whole fucking country. The whole country will go out. Easy. So, because he has learned how to do this, went in there, obviously killed innocent people, Maduro's bodyguards and his Secret Service. May they rest in peace. I don't know if these guys were douchebags. They could have just been trying to feed their fucking family for all I know. But they were shot and killed. Maduro's kidnapped. According to 6ix9ine, who was just released from prison and has an autograph from Maduro, he's in New York. Fuck is going on? I think he thought, because he was bragging, if you remember. He was bragging, he was like, yo, we can do this to anybody. Can y'all do me a favor? It's the same 5 likes for me. Can y'all hit the fucking like button? I'm gonna keep it 1,000. I didn't even want to come on today. And I do have some more to talk about, but I didn't want to come on today. Hit the like button for your boy. You like, yo, I don't even know how to hit the like button. Yo, easy. Double tap the screen. At the top right, 3 dots is going to come up. You hit the 3 dots, and then you're going to see the like button. Boom. That's how you do it. But please, hit the like button. Now, I think he thought it was going to be that easy, because he was talking crazy. Not that you're like, yo, when is he not talking crazy? Touche. But he was talking like this was his first meeting at Skunk Works ever. Like, he's never studied any of he's never seen the weapons that Skunk Works has, right? So he's like, yo, we can do this to anybody. Yep, this can happen. Sidebar, whose posh demeanor I do like? I kind of like China's demeanor. Yo, China is like very professional, no nonsense, right? Until they see something they don't like, and then they just say it real quick, like, please do not bomb don't do what you think you're gonna do to Lebanon, because we have nukes and they can go very far. They can go anywhere we want. End of conversation. No more to be said. Please, let us carry on. Right? I respect that shit. Right? I know we got weapons. I know we got like skunk works that they stole shit from Skoda works. I know we got shit from extraterrestrial help. I know it. We're not the only ones. So when I see China like silent for so long and then they just talk when they need to talk, only when they need to, that shit is kind of respectable. I don't think anyone pays Donald J. Trump any fucking mind. Him and Pete Hegseth in February 2025 fired a bunch of military lawyers. They wanted to swap them out. They got rid of them. And looking at this hindsight, I believe now this was to get rid of any resistance for what they were about to try to do. Now, I don't know who's doing this. I am a proud conspiracy theorist, but to a degree. You understand? I'm a proud conspiracy theorist, but not like off the ledge just saying wild and crazy shit. I've been studying for like 30 years, to be honest with you. So, and there's some wild shit out. Like the truth is way stranger than fiction, to be honest with you. So much of the stuff I believe, I have good cause to believe. I don't believe, Trump is not even the richest, right? And whoever can lend money to a government, that is the real boss. So let's just start there. So that's how we know, first of all, Trump is not the fucking boss. Because whoever can lend money to a government is the real boss. The people who have been lending money to governments, their name is not even uttered anymore. So it makes a true conspiracy theory, well, I'm not going to say a true, but a conspiracy theorist like me, it makes me conscious, right? Because I'm like, well, I can't keep talking about these people, and these people, this shit is chess to them, because they know I'm going to talk about them, right? So if I say Rothschild, and then I'm trying to educate 85% of the people around me, and they're like, we don't know who that is. That's some people from ancient times. I said, oh, what they did was they eliminated their names and their presence. So it just makes it look like everybody else is fucking crazy. Touche. That's beautiful. That's smart. That's smart. You're my little brother, and I want respect, not like dumb. Right? That's smart. So, I can't go around throwing their name around all day and night. But you still see remnants of not only their tentacles, but also the Rockefellers. A lot of the Rockefellers. So if you just look at their work, you can see how, just look at the last piece of evidences that they were able to set up. You know, when we talk about the trilateral union, I think that's David Rockefeller, right? David Rockefeller was at work. That man was at fucking work, bro. He started the not only the Trilateral Commission, but also the CFR, the Council of Foreign Relations. This guy was at fucking work. So if you just, you do critical analysis. You kind of got to study their work and see what they're up to. And then you can see, okay, there's something there. I'm going to give you another name. the John Birch Society. There's a video of Robert Welch in 1958 giving a speech at the John Birch Society meeting, and he explains in 1958 that America is purposely trying to devalue its dollar. So there's good cause to believe that there's this invisible energy that is trying to destroy the structure, the current structure that we are now under. But trust and believe, they have plans of a new structure, which coincidentally, I'm not supposed to say the acronym on YouTube because they make the numbers go down. Don't ask me. Yes, it does end, and there's the 2 V's and the O. But for whatever reason, YouTube does not want me to say certain things. In fact, I wanted to promote one of the videos I did the last 2 weeks ago of explaining the American monetary system, our financial system. I did a great job. And when I went to go promote it, they said, you can't promote it. And I was like, this is what I'm talking about, right? This is what I'm talking about. Now, you're not going to explain what I explained in class. You're not going to do that. Believe it or not, I do have a lot of parents that watch me and they'll suggest me to their children whenever I'm not going on a profanity rant. I didn't know. The parents reach out to me. They say, hey, can you put that video back up? You know, I was teaching my kids and you explained it correctly, so can you put it back up? And I put it back up. But, you know, for me to do a video on just explaining how the monetary system works, because it's designed with obscurity on purpose. And they don't want us smart. This is why the fluoride's in the water. They don't want us smart. This is why they want control of the education system. And if you're a parent like I am, it won't take you long to see that we're being sabotaged and they're not truly teaching the kids. Not only do they not push them academically at the appropriate time academically, but they design the work to be purposely confusing. You can only come to one conclusion when you see this type of sabotage. And I say all of that to say, to go back to Donald J. Trump, because again, I don't know if he knows he's a puppet. Because his rant seems so sincere with anger, to use the word effing in his post. You wait and see. And I don't know if this man has a God, because I don't know what's going on, right? I thought he might have been Christian just a couple of months ago. He was telling the soldiers, hey, this is a holy war, and we have to do this for Christ. He said it was a war against Christians. I seen this man kissing at the Wailing Wall, doing the fucking who are you? What are you doing? And then he goes on to use Allah's name in vain. Not that I don't have any of your gods. I can tell you right now. I don't want to disrespect you. So I'll just keep it light. Whatever God you believe in, I do not believe in your God. And I have good reason not to believe in each and every one of you as God. Each and every one of you, right? However, I don't see the need to come on and just disrespect your God. Unless I'm teaching, usually, and I don't disrespect your God, I will teach on your God. I won't disrespect just for no fucking reason. He didn't go too far, but there was no reason for him to ever utter the words Allah sarcastically, right? In street terms, he would what he said was the equivalent to word is bond, word to Allah. That's what he really was saying. Word to Allah. And when you don't believe in Allah, it's crazy. That's a crazy to say word to Allah and you don't even believe in Allah. It's nuts, Trump. But it was the equivalent to on God, right? He's like, on God, on Allah. Tuesday, it's up. I'm blowing up bridges. And then he yells out, open the fucking Strait, you idiot. Which tells me, yo, you don't know how to open the fucking Strait. You up here talking bullshit. You and big ass Dumbo, stupid ass Netanyahu. He's a devil. He's a fucking devil. Huh? And by the way, nope. Let me not say it. Why you keep announcing victories and you are taking fucking L's, my boy? Now, they tell me that Tel Aviv is getting pounded. Huh? Like a Ron Jeremy audition tape. Pound town, baby. I don't know. The people over there, they're not allowed to show us what's really going on in Tel Aviv. But again, I pay attention to demeanor. You made a couple of threats. Trump made a couple of threats to Iran. Yo, we're going to put troops on the ground. Iran didn't even fucking flinch. And they did the little stupid ass smile. You ever see somebody, two people about to fight and one person smile a little bit? You know, I don't know if you want to trust that. They gave a little smile and said, you want to put troops on the ground, whatever. Let's go. I've played a lot of poker, my boy. I don't know if I'm trusting that. That could be three of a kind right there. You sitting on a bullshit two pair, huh? And you really, your two pair is not bullshit. It's the ace and the king. What could be the ace and the king? 3 threes. That's what could be the ace and the king. 3 threes. Now, American people. American people. Your patriotism will not help what's in store for you. And what's in store for you is outside of your control. It's already set on autopilot, and you sticking your head in the sand, or you trying to be overly nice, thinking like, okay, we're going to be safe. You will not be safe. Before I go into this next part, let me explain this to you. Your water will still be filled with all type of chemicals. Your food will not be protected by any Food and Drug Administration. In fact, they will let all type of poisonous chemicals passed off as preservatives and needed ingredients in your fucking food, knowing it will make you sick. This is all these years. Don't think because you live in the Bible Belt, yo, I'm safe. Nobody is fucking safe, right? I don't want you to be confused. I don't want you to look down at your skin and think, yo, I'm a white man, I'm a white boy, I'm a white girl, I am safe. Oh, I am Oriental, we bring a lot of money to this country. Oh, I'm Indian. Yo, shut the fuck up. Nobody is safe. I just want you to know that before I continue on. You can hit the like button right now. You can hit the like button. They've already done this with us. They've set us against each other for long enough. You being a bitch thinking, yo, I'm gonna go along with the program, you're not gonna get saved. They're not gonna remember you. In fact, they're gonna put your kids in fucking harm's way. In fact, they're putting your kids in harm's way right now. And I think if they just told you the truth, you may be down for it. Their kids, I don't know if these kids are gonna be down for it. I'm pretty sure they're not. But it's the lying that makes it way more disrespectful, right? He already said it was a holy war. That was fucking comical. He was better off saying this is an illegal war. I need your help. It's a holy war? What? So now you got a couple things going on, right? Because they didn't really calculate the situation close to perfectly. It was way off. They was on some old, yo, we're going to do this shit just like we did Maduro, all right? On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3, let's go. The fuck are y'all doing? What are you guys doing? Now just hit the lights. Watch this. Hit the lights. Everything is going to go out. We're going to go in there, kidnap them, come right out. Are you guys fucking insane? Are you insane? Yikes. You denied these people nuclear weapons, so what they did is they said, okay, we'll go crazy on collecting ballistic missiles. And they got funny ballistic missiles. They got missiles that can't even be detected or stopped by your radars because they built the shit out of like special wood. So, while we were over here embezzling fucking money, yes, embezzling. Why you call it embezzlement? Why you call this a Ponzi scheme? Because it doesn't take all that much money that they was charging to make these bombs. But we thought we could just keep on getting these bullshit shell companies, right? Get the contract from the government to pay us all these millions and overquote the fucking how much if it really costs time, material, 50,000, I'm gonna charge you $1 million. They up the bitch way up. I'm gonna charge you $1 million. I could do this shit. I could probably we could do it for 50, but we gotta charge it $1 million. It's a racket. And it should be illegal, but it's not. But one thing it definitely does is once you start this type of Ponzi scheme, it's like Bernie Madoff. The only place to go is demise. That's it. Because, and now we done did it because we built up all this fucking debt off of the same type of Ponzi scheme of borrowing from others. Just keep on borrowing as if it has no consequence. You're borrowing money. You're saying we need this for war. I could see if you were borrowing it for war and you needed it for war, and I'm okay with that. What I'm not okay with is John, Michael, and Joe saying, yo, we should do this. We should. But here's the thing. We don't really have any companies here. We still get our weapons from fucking Europe. Is the number one. Britain is the number one supplier of our weapons. So who the fuck are we paying this money to, bro? And why does it cost so much money? Why do they have so many missiles and so many drones? They could not have paid the same price we paid. Somebody's stealing fucking money. Somebody's inflating the prices. Don't tell me that's what it costs. It can't cost that. It absolutely cannot cost that amount. It doesn't have to. So, you prop up the economy on these bullshit government jobs because you're borrowing money. As long as we're strong, we can continue to hold this up. What happens when we're not strong? And we can't afford to pay people in these meaningless bullshit government jobs anymore. Then what happens? Because you keep on reporting that, oh, United States, we had an extra 100,000 jobs this month, which turned out to be bullshit. Then the next month you come back and you say, oh, we was only off by like 90,000. But hey, everybody calm down. 90,000, that's nothing. Funguli. Don't worry about it. Next month we're going to get back on top and we'll get them out there. All right, let's go. 1, 2, 3, USA. Next month the same stupid shit happens. Next month, same stupid shit happens. Happened so much in the last 10 months that the United States just had to, let's just tell them, because it's going to look crazy if we don't tell them. So at 911,000 fake fucking jobs, they decide to make the announcement in October 2025. Hey guys, turns out for the last 10 months, 11, who's counting? Good fucking question. Who's counting? I'll get back to you, sir. We were off a tad bit. Smidgen. A smidgen. Turns out we was off by like 900,000. The fuck are you talking about? You was off by 1 million jobs? I'm here. Wait. Let me get this straight. Who the fuck is this schmuck I've been talking to on Indeed that he's promising me this and that like I'm in some fucking Atlantic City timeshare? Oh, we got a meeting for you. We got a meeting. A fucking meeting. You set me up with an interview where you already had somebody hired. You want me to go through 9 interviews just for this bullshit job, a panel of 13. This is because they don't want you to panic. They don't want to scream fire in a burning stadium. Because they keep on saying AI. It's not only AI. It's automation, robotics combined with AI. We'll get back to that. Let's get back to Trump, Iran, inviting the U.S. Oh, you want ground troops? Yeah. And then somehow the United States, thinking that these guys were bullshitting. These guys have been winning wars since the BC era, since fucking Alexander the Great. In fact, you fucking disrespectful Jews. In fact, it was the Persians who freed the Jews from the Babylonians and said, no, go back to where, go do you. You do you, beloved. Go ahead, you good. You can serve whatever bullshit God that comes to your mind. Pick one out the sky. Yahweh, tomato. I don't care, whatever. Go back, you're free to go. They did that for you. They did that for you. Ashkenazis, what am I talking about? You guys are not even fucking Jews. Sorry. Identity theft is a crime. My fault. Forgot you guys were fucking Ashkenazis masquerading as exiled Egyptians who renamed themselves Hebrews. It's my fault. This is why there's no respect for the Persians. Because if you truly were these exiled Egyptians that they call Hebrews, you would have remembered that they freed you from the Babylonians. Yeah. If some of you want to take your like button or your like away, you can take it away. If you haven't figured out by now, I'm politically correct. I am not politically correct. But I will tell you the truth. We'll do that, which gets my channel in a smidgen of trouble. Now, these Persians invited Donald Trump and say, yeah, come on over. I don't know what Donald Trump and his generals were thinking, but then again, Pete Hegseth has been on some bitch assness going around firing fucking generals that know what they're doing and replacing them with other people. I cannot say these new generals don't know, but replacing them with people who would basically fall in line to whatever it is that's on Donald J. Trump's mind, which is really Netanyahu and the Jews, and I'm supposed to say Zionists. That's what I'm supposed to say. It's just that I don't really got time for the bullshit. Let's say Israelis. That's better. That is actually better. Not even being sarcastic. It is better. These Israelis that control Trump. Now, I don't know what happened for this rescue mission that just went on. Why don't I know what happened? Because our media companies have been hijacked by fascists and we will never know what's going on. So I can only take the media. I have to use my special psychic discernment whenever I hear fucking news and filter out what's bullshit and what's not. I'm still trying to figure out, Trump, why were you over there in the first place? What was the mission? I would love to know what was the mission. Obviously, they want the Strait opened back up, right? Because it is costing boats now. The last time I heard several reports. I've heard 2 million a boat. I've heard 1 million a boat. Barges, we're talking about. Barges that are coming through with all type of merchandise, with all type of resources, oil, everything. $2 million to pass through. And he promised, you were there, he promised the safety of these boats. He was talking big. Oh, we promise. He was talking big again. Thinking this is fucking Venezuela. I think he went home, he watched 300. He was like, that's that right there. That's how you fucking do it. What Xerxes did. You see that? You see that? You got to go through the fucking rocks. Yeah. That's how you get them. We're going to try that. And because he fired all the experienced generals, there was nobody to say, don't try that, sir. Please, we got people's lives that we're going to try it. We're going to try it my way. Whatever this guy announced the other day, he's talking crazy. He's talking big shit. Yeah. Trump is hilarious. You ever see somebody, they got a speech, but that speech don't belong to them? And he's like, yeah, see, that's how we do it. And that, this is just to let you know. And it could happen again. What are you talking about, Trump? You had to go in there. People's lives is at risk. Anytime you have to call out the PJs, right? What's the correct term for them? The PJs are they're like the SEALs, but better than the SEALs that gotta come in and be a part of a search and rescue, right? So the PJs are part of a search and rescue, a combat search and rescue. That tells me that whatever fucking ding dong yodel cupcake shit you were trying, you failed, and you put other people's lives at risk. And again, I get it. We want the oil. He said, oh, we got plenty of oil, buy oil from us. If that is the case, again, I don't see why we got to put everybody's life at risk. But hey, I also get how they're thinking as madmen, right? They're like, oh, what's a fucking few 100,000 lives? If we get the oil, then we can keep the petrodollar strong, and we can keep this pyramid embezzlement jackass economy going Jimmy rigged the way we got it. But if in fact we cannot get this done, the powers that be will move on to another and back another currency, which they're going to do anyway. It will be digital. Will it be the US digital coin? I think they're giving the United States a chance to see if it can be them. But I also think the powers that be don't have any true allegiance to any country. It's just like, no, show me, get out there and do what you do. Show me what you got. Show me what you got. You guys go duke it out. But if you can't take the Strait of Hormuz, I don't know what makes you think you're going to take the entire country of Iran. And you promised to take the Strait of Hormuz. And you gave everybody your word that they were in safe hands. And in fact, you're not even in safe hands, and people had come and rescued your own goddamn team, and you won't tell us why you was over there. So we don't know what you were trying to accomplish. What we do know is that they still are over there charging $2 million a boat. There's been threats of nuclear war. I don't think, I'm going to be very honest with you. I don't think, first of all, Israel shouldn't even have a fucking nuke. That's ridiculous. Because they are the youngest, But they're also like the craziest, most immature fucking country on the planet. Immature. Imma-fucking-chore. They don't... I'm gonna keep it 1,000 with you. You've never seen people get kicked out of so many countries besides these people here. They've been kicked out of 105 countries, starting with England. Got kicked out of France like 3 fucking times. And they're always singing the blues about how they're being persecuted. Well, we got to see in our lifetime their fucking ridiculousness. And part of their delusion is part of their ridiculousness. And they will never see things how they are, only how they should be in their eyes. And this is what makes them dangerous. And when they are up, they are very cocky and arrogant. So, in fact, I would love to see how that place looks over there, because this is what they wanted. Now, I can't even say they care about their own damn people, because why would you put these other people through this type of shit? Thinking you had some type of iron dome and never thought. It's almost like Iran was waiting for the day. You ever hear somebody say, you will rule the day, you will rule the day? These motherfuckers was waiting to use that line, huh? Oh, they was waiting. You never really get a chance. Even me, I'm excited when I can say, yo, you will rule the fucking day. And by the way, in my household, that is a big thing. When someone gets to say, you will rule the day, oh shit. Iran got to say, you will rule the day. And guess what? That Iron Dome. Yeah. You put all these lives at risk, fucking around. Now, I'm not in a position to feel sorry for you, because we still owe you one for the USS Liberty, bitch. Oh, yeah. You didn't even give a real apology for the USS Liberty. You said, oh, we couldn't see that it was an American ship. My fault. Oy vey. Anyway, like I am, let's break bread, my brother. Get the fuck out of here. You guys are disrespectful. And you think the rest of the world is stupid. Yeah. And for your people that keep going with these fucking maniacs, you're over there, you're arrogant, you're patriotic to these, they should have never gave you motherfuckers land. You ever see Dave Chappelle said they never gave you niggas money? That's you. That's you guys. They should have never gave you guys a fucking piece of land. I swear to God. Your God, not mine. You didn't deserve it. And all the evidence showed you weren't ready. You weren't ready. You weren't fucking ready. And now we see. And now you're out here talking about you're going to blow another country that's been around for thousands of years. Not a bull. Look. You haven't even been around for 100 years. You haven't been around for a fucking 100 years. And the chaos you've caused in under 100 years. It's been nothing but mayhem ever since you signed the deed. That's crazy. That's crazy coming off of a sad-ass story about, oh, they burned us, they gassed us, all of this shit. It was the worst one in all of fucking history. Disrespecting the African Americans, right? You don't want to hear about their story. Yeah, but that wasn't worse than us. That wasn't worse than us. What? Ours was the worst one. Ay, Dios mío. Please give us the land. You give it one piece of land and you fucking run off like, ha, suckers. I knew I couldn't trust you. I knew I could. You're out here talking crazy, huh? Same people that give you subsidization, you fucking shoot up their carriers, and then you say, oh, we didn't know, we would have never did that, So you put these people at risk, you fire all the generals, you fire all the lawyers, the military lawyers. So hindsight is 2020. We can see now the whole plan. You didn't want anybody in the way that can argue that you were in the wrong. Obviously you're in the wrong. Obviously, I hope you would get brought up on war crimes, but you're not. Because nobody does shit. It's just a whole bunch of lip Olympics and just talking the talk. So while they do that, American citizens, I need you to understand what's really going on. And I gotta tell you this. They're using your religion as a way to keep you stupid. And I know you don't want to hear that. I know they don't. They're using your religion as a way to keep you in line. And don't feel bad. And what I'm saying, I don't know if you believe me or not. It's okay if you don't, because you will see at the end. However, they've been doing this for a long time, so it's not like it's new. But again, you were taught by your good parents and your good grandparents about the God that you serve. And how can I fault that? I think these people were just trying to, build some type of morality within their family dynasty. They wanted you to know right from wrong. In another video, I would tell you, most of you don't know what your religion is about, because truthfully and honestly, it was built on top of a lot of secrecy. But that's another video. Happy Easter, by the way. So while you're waiting around to die so that you can go to the heaven that they told you about, these people are going to take full goddamn advantage of you right now here on earth. They are. Because you believe that Jesus will return and he will make things better. And you also believe whatever Allah permits is his will. Everybody has a God who's strong and tough until it's time to do something about what's happening. Then it's like, no, if this is the way God wants it. Let me tell you something. You have only read about the atrocities that have happened in other countries that may damn well happen right here in this big-ass United States. Let me tell you, the powers of that be, they have reason to let us go through a moment of turmoil. They have more than enough reason. One of the reasons could be something that I'm not supposed to talk about on YouTube. They've gave me that warning too. I'm not supposed to talk about DE-pop-lation. I'm not supposed to talk about these things. And they have given me a warning several times. You stop your nonsense, sir. Listen, I'm just here to have a good YouTube channel. Shut up! We know what you're up to. And knock it off. I'm cool. You're not cool. And that's why we're having this discussion. Knock it off. Now, hard times are coming. That is evident. You don't have to be fucking Nostradamus to see what's mounting up. So, you will need a shotgun, a handgun, and some ammunition. Hindsight is 2020. The reason they kept on running those psyops where those little white kids was getting killed and gunned down is because they really wanted the woman, just like she did during Prohibition, to say, we don't need this fucking alcohol. We don't need it. It's ruining his life. Please step in. Okay, everybody take it easy. See, we'll handle it from here, right? Well, as this infrastructure crumbles, because I do not believe we will regain, I do not believe we will go and get Iran's oil, which that's what we're going after right now to keep the petrodollar, right? It's a fucking wrap. We're going to fail at that. We're going to fail at that. And when we do, the powers that be will make up their mind, okay, they couldn't get it done. Let's go with this coin right here. This is what we're moving with, but don't launch it yet. Don't launch it yet. Let America settle out. Settle out, sir? What do you mean? I said settle out. What do you don't know? What do you don't mean to settle out? It's settle out. Okay, we're going to let it settle out. Thank you. And what settle out means is that when we're having a hard time financing our infrastructure, there will be complete fucking chaos, I assure you. And not by any aliens or any invading people. By us. Motherfuckers won't be able to eat. You was waiting for Jesus, and instead what you got was the Revelations, the book of Revelations. Yeah. Because right now you barely got jobs. What are you going to do when they really tell you, oh, shit? It's going to be like 10 conglomerates that really make everything run out this motherfucker with no central bank financing. Everything is automated. Before they fix everything, they will allow a little bit of chaos. And why will they allow a little bit of chaos? Well, I would like to remind you that when they released the biological weapon that we were not supposed to be funding, I remind you we were not supposed to be funding at Fort Detrick. And one big ears fucking demon by the name of Fauci decided, okay, I still got a way to get this done. See, yeah, right? So we're going to take this to China. See? Wuhan. I'm going to give them the money that I collected from the fucking teacher, the mailman, the butcher, the cobbler. money that I just snatched from your fucking paycheck before you even got to see it, because that's the law, right? Yeah, see? Snatched your money, took 10 million of that, said, I ain't gonna tell nobody shit. I'm just gonna go give it to the Chinese. Hey, huh? One of those joints on you. Now, Bill Gates and his fucking satanic ass, he was so excited about fucking viruses and the release of, he's a fucking devil. But he funded 50% of the WHO. All this shit was beautifully orchestrated, by the way. It was beautifully orchestrated, but they fucked up. Because we still got some workers of light over here that's not inside the know. So they're really doing their job, and they're like, wait a minute, this shit don't look correct. And they're spilling the beans. And it's only so many whistleblowers you could kill without shit getting suspicious. So you gotta keep some whistleblowers alive. Shout out to Dr. Peter McCullough. But there was a moment, if you remember, if you was there was a moment where these imbeciles actually acted like they didn't have the vaccine yet. Remember that? Remember when I was like, well, I guess we could get something made up if you guys really need this shit. And then they did this, and this was the genius part. It was like, well, we don't got enough for everybody, so I gotta wait. We give to some first, and then people started asking for this shit. They was like, no, what about me? I want it. And I swore I could see Biden smiling like, yep, got him. Ha! Ha! Got him. They made you ask for the same shit that now people are dying and they're complaining, and now you want to sue. You asked for it. You asked for it. And the sad thing is, I hate when I see now people with their kids and they're like, yo, my kids are fucked up from this. And I'm like, damn, why'd you give your kids that shit? I mean, we're past that point now. And I know the answer. The answer is because you wanted to believe, you didn't want to be on the side of the people that were, you didn't want to believe what you saw. You felt like, no, if I go along with what the government says, the guy in the white coat would not never lie to me. The guy in the white coat? Yeah, they taught me in school and church, if there's a guy in a white coat, listen to what he says. So they will make us ask for relief from the chaos before they step in. There will be a moment of chaos. Total chaos. No jobs, people running around, killing people. This will also bring down, you understand? And then, when they are ready, when they feel enough people have been out the way, they say, okay, we can go with the plan now. Because they're asking. Because we will beg them, please, sir, can I have some more? Sir, more, please. More? Control? Please, sir, can I have some more control? Please, sir, more surveillance, please, sir. Please watch everything I do. You can put your hands in everything that I do. Please, sir, can I have some more? Okay. Enough is enough. And here's how I feel, being honest with you. You're gonna die anyway, so why not die for a cause? When the day comes, will it change anything? I don't know. These people have been in a position for a long time. They have a lot of money. Which means a lot of power. And I don't think everybody's going to be on that same wavelength. A lot of people, like Josephus. People often talk about the Jewish writer Josephus. Even though I think Josephus was fucking made up. However, let's just take the character Josephus. Did you know that the character Josephus was a fucking Sicarii? Did you know that? Do you know what Sicarii is? Sicarii are the Hebrew ninjas. They're the warriors. They're the baddest of the baddest, the elite. Yeah, so the Romans caught up to this fucking battalion of Sicarii. And the commander himself, they wiped out the entire brigade. And they just kept one fucking guy, is Josephus. And you would think he would take a knife to the gut. Right? You just killed all my fucking friends, what? Kill me now! Nope. They didn't kill him. They put him up in a Roman suite, perfumed him, bathed him, gave him fucking life of luxury, swapped out his life, and say, hey, why don't you just, you write for the Romans now? Huh? Josephus said, I know the Corleones. I ran oil with his father in the olive oil business. But I don't remember none of that. He forgot everything. Meaning, it is a price for everybody. Many people won't be with the shits, bro. And they're going to feel it's safer just to stick their head in the sand. But I say to you this. Why would I want to purposely live like a slave? And I think that was Kanye West's point. It was just controversial the way he said it. The way he said it, he said, they chose to be slaves. And a lot of black people got upset. They said, what do you mean they chose to be slaves? But if you really think about it, they kind of did choose to be fucking slaves, because the alternative is, bro, today I am dying. Today I'm dying. I'm not doing none of this shit that you want me to do. Fuck that. Shout out to Nat Turner. Yeah. Do remember Nat Turner. But I will tell you this. And I don't have my Bible with me. But woe to them who call evil good and call good evil. Woe to them. And that's where we at right now. So today is the day that he was supposed to blow up a bridge. He was supposed to blow up their power plant. I don't know what happened, if anything happened. What I do know is that the paramilitary had to come in and rescue some fucking people because somebody botched up somewhere. But the true people that botched up was stupid ass Pete Hegseth and stupid ass Donald Trump for putting these people's lives on the line. For who at this point? For who? Don't try to guilt trip me and say, this is for you, I'm trying to get the oil for us. Do you know why you can't do that? Because when you was out here giving out these contracts, you didn't. I didn't get none of that money, Jack. You understand? I didn't get none of that fucking money. It was all about Palantir and your fucking friends. Elon Musk. Yeah. It was about them. Y'all got the fucking money for most of these government contracts. Right? You ask for, you create an infrastructure bill. I go through the infrastructure bill and it's all type of shenanigans in the infrastructure bill. We're going to give 1.5 trillion to the Pentagon, and then we the people can't even get a simple goddamn audit that makes sense. You got everything blacked out. Well, the very first time you unblacked that bitch, I went through that and I seen even bigger shenanigans going on, where a lot of this money wasn't even going to U.S. companies. What is going on? So do not say, oh yeah, but we doing this for you. We doing this for you. All right. Let's read some of these comments before I get up out of here, because clearly you guys don't like to hit the goddamn like button. I got 38 people in here, 19 likes. What the fuck? Okay. It says, I think it's Brandon. If it's not, forgive me. No, Brain Joseph. Forgive my eyes, Brain. Let me see. These are my reading glasses. Let me see what that one. Brand Joseph. Okay. So you're saying your ancestors just woke up one day and decided to stop being slaves? Oh my God. You're so ignorant. That's crazy. Did I say that? I think you wanted something to say so long that you sat there and waited for the right time for me to say something where you thought you had an opportunity to say something that was relevant, and I don't think that was the right time. I think you screwed the pooch on that, because that is not what I said. And actually, I used Kanye West as an example, and the idea behind that example was we all have a choice. It's called free will. Right? So right now, if I wanted to, I could hop out of this truck and run in the highway and get hit by a car. If I wanted to do that, I could do that. That's my point, sir. I didn't say anything about my ancestors waking up one day. Whatever you said, that wasn't my point. And I think maybe you misunderstood me. So let's just focus on free will. Free will. And furthermore, thank you for bringing me back to free will, because what I am saying is, when the time comes and you have to either decide to be controlled and stay in line and accept what is given, or it could go back to chaos, or you could say, standing another line and say, no, how about we fucking fight back because you caused all of this on purpose so that you would have more control. And we know that, and we won't go out without a fight, because the moment we give in and decide to be your earthly slaves, it's going to be a little bit better than strangers running in your house for your fucking food if you decide to cook, and raping you and your family and killing you. It would be better than that. But it's also in my opinion. Let me say that, because YouTube is very funny and finicky. It is also, in my opinion, organized and orchestrated and designed on purpose. Everything that is happening. Everything that is happening. So that was my point, sir. That was crazy. All right, we got Uncle Andy in the house. Salute to Uncle Andy. The guy in the white coat is Stanley Milgram. Research Stanley Milgram experiment, and you will understand what I mean by the guy in the white coat. Now, all of this has, what you don't know will hurt you. What you don't know will absolutely hurt you. So if you don't know that the government has been running psyops on us, and a lot of this information is declassified. So I'm not even giving you anything that is like conspiracy theory. MK Ultra is declassified. They even made a movie about it so that you could swallow it a little bit better. It's called American Ultra. But American Ultra is like a dramatic comedy, which in real life, the psyop of the MK Ultra project was nothing like a comedy at all. They forced a lot of people to take LSD. So much of the behavioral engineering that has happened in this country has been done to us by us with our own money. When I say to us by us, this was our own money, our own existence, because America has been able to use us as collateral to promise to pay back money borrowed from central bankers through a complicated systems of treasury bonds, it is a Ponzi scheme like you have never seen before. It is beautifully done. Right? It's beautifully done. And you're not going to catch on right if no one teaches exactly how it's designed. And this is why many people have a hard time articulating it, because it's just designed so creatively complicated. However, in my opinion, it might have caught up to us. I think only one person, if he was truly alive and he is dead as a doorknob, Henry Kissinger. If Henry Kissinger was still alive and young, they would figure this shit out. Henry Kissinger and Alan Dulles would figure this shit out. Oh, would they? Oh, they would figure this shit out, man. Because you got to have a little bit of diplomacy too. You understand? And when you don't know diplomacy, and let me tell you something. That's why we got fooled by Donald Trump the second time, because the first time he was in office, he actually had diplomacy. Let me tell you something. The first time he was in office, he actually brought peace to the Middle East. Actually brought peace to the Middle fucking East. You don't know how long I did not want to hear about some bullshit terrorists that were gonna come, and it was the biggest threat in the world. Meanwhile, when the Twitter files were released, and who's this other department that he made up, some type of efficiency department, and then they told us, oh yeah, we was over there selling dope the whole time. We was over there growing poppy for fucking heroin. We had poppy fields. We had paid the locals to stop growing rice and to grow fucking poppy. $40 million a week. Craziest thing in the world. craziest thing. So I think us as American, we Americans, we the people, we hear the stories of the Tea Party and them fighting and putting their lives on the line for true freedom and sovereignty. And nowadays, that type of rhetoric will have you kidnapped in the middle of the night because we've allowed our dollars to fund domestic terrorism while pointing to other people talking about domestic terrorism. And I think it's high time that we just stop pretending that what we're seeing, we're not seeing. And what we're seeing is actually domestic terrorism. And that's what we've been seeing for quite some time. No matter how you want to rationalize it in your head. The CIA was not even supposed to be using their tactics on American soil. And yet. Now, as I leave, and a few more people can hit the like button as I leave. We got a good 32 people in here. Only 21 hit the like button. There was another project that has been declassified, I believe, that America used, and it was called Project Stargate. Just a suggestion. I mean, we've dumped a lot of money into Project Stargate, and according to what is his name? Lynn Buchanan and David Morehouse. These are the two. They both have books on Project Stargate. They were involved in Project Stargate. They were part of the military. Well, military is a bit of a stretch. Let's just say the government. We can say that factually. They were part of the government. They have security clearance. They both wrote books. Both part of Project Stargate, where they said the government taught them how to enhance their psychic abilities. I've always said we all have this ability, but unless it is groomed, unless you're taught how to use it, you won't be able to actually perform. This is why I believe they're really giving you fluoride. I don't think they're giving you fluoride because they want your muscles strong at all. Right? You know, that's what they tell you. Oh, they told you the same thing about milk. Fucking Edward Bernays, he's telling you what to drink. This is so they can sell fucking cow pus to you. This is why. Right? And they make a fortune no, it's gonna give you calcium. It's gonna give me diarrhea, sir. That's what it's gonna give me and everybody else. We spent all these millions of dollars, and they said they had so many successful missions and accomplishments. By any chance, would you want to use the people from Project Stargate to try to win this war? This illegal war that Congress has not signed off on? Just a thought. So, to wrap everything up, I think his profanity and the rant that he used on his post showed fear and not confidence. Because if you got to start yelling, I mean, your plans should have been enough. There's no need. Once you start yelling, just open the fucking Strait already. We've already lost. We've lost. Like, there's no doubt about it. You sent some guys over there. They packed them up. They got sent back. Yeah, we're not ready. We are not ready, right? I don't think you're going to use a nuke. because Israel is the size of Jersey. And I think at the end of the day, even though China has not said anything, I just don't think you have that. I don't think they got the balls to really do it. But what do I know? I mean, enough atrocities have happened to too many people on this planet already. And I don't condone it. I don't condone none of this shit that's happened to the Palestinian people. None of that's happened to the Lebanese people. None of that happened to the Iranian people. And none of it that's happening to the American people. I don't condone none of this shit. But this is a game of global dominance. And I use game very loosely. It's not a game at all. But these are activities of global dominance on this planet. And this is what we're dealing with. And, you know, my concern right now is the audience of the American people. The people that are not easily hoodwinked. And in order for you not to be easily hoodwinked, you would have to know something. You would have to listen at least to somebody that knows something. Now, I don't know everything, party people. But at some point, I can't be too modest. At some point. 30 years of studying, at some point, I can't be too modest. At some point, I got to learn something in 30 fucking years. Even Jesus only spent 21 years in a mystery school, and he came out walking on water. So at this point, I got to say, okay, I know a little something. So do subscribe to the channel as I slowly reveal to you guys certain things. And I say slowly because you cannot give a babe meat. It's not going to make sense. So I'm not here to shout out a bunch of shit you can hear in the barbershop conspiracy theories. However, I am here to show you evidence of everything that I would say. Now, I'll probably right now I'm not doing a lot of videos because I'm reading a book, more than one book. But I'm writing a book is what I want to say. I'm writing a book, and I'm getting ready for my next series that I'm going to do on this channel, which is mind-blowing. Mind-blowing. And I should really probably be submitting it for like as a doctoral or something, because I don't see anybody making this argument out there. So that's why I'm not doing. If you guys are like, yo, I haven't seen you in a while, I'm studying and I'm unplugging, but I'm paying attention to what's going on. But again, the media that's not our media. These guys are liars, and they're owned by the elite who are in on the takeover. So they're going to tell us whatever they want to tell us. Not that everything is lies, but be careful, because everything is not the truth either. So you must be able to discern. If you're going to use your psychic abilities, you must be able to unplug from what's going on. You have to be able to put down the phone, put down Instagram, put down TikTok, meditate. You got to do these things. You do have to abstain. Right now I just started abstaining from definitely meats, and I'm going on a fast. So these are the times, because you want clarity. And the same ability that the United States spent millions of dollars on teaching other people how to become psychic, you have the same ability, but they also don't want you to have that ability, and don't be able to use it if you want. So there's all type of different psyops against you, and you don't even know it. But they are free will. If you look at the tarot, there's a tarot card. There's a devil tarot card. And I'm not in my office right now, so I don't have my tarot cards. But there's a devil tarot card. Now, if you are ignorant to the tarot and you're very religious, then right away, these are things that are going to trigger you, and you're going to be like, oh, the tarot, the devil, let me get out of here. Okay, don't do that, because not with my channel, because you don't know what you're going to learn, and don't do that. The Devil Tarot card, if you look at it, you got the Baphomet on that's sitting in a chair, half man, half goat, half animal. The lower part of his body is animal, right? So one of the ways you could look at this is this represents the lower chakra, which is the animalistic. This is your animalistic portion down here, the lower realm, right? This is where your sexual organs is at. A lot of people like the sex. They love the sexy sex. Hey, the sexy time. And it controls a lot of people. But never mind the Baphomet. The Baphomet is holding a chain, and the chain is linked to two people. Two people at first glance you may identify as Adam and Eve. In your head, you like, oh, that's Adam and Eve. I don't know if that's Adam and Eve, but it is a man and it is a female. And around their neck are the chains. But if you really look at the chains around these people's neck, the chain is loose. The chain is loose on purpose. The chain is loose enough for the man to take the shit off and say, I'm good. And she could take it off too. They don't take it off. They are there by their own free will. And that is the smug look on the Baphomet's face. Like, I'm not keeping them here. They want to be here. Right? B Dolo, that's you? B Dolo's in the house. So we got a couple of people that say they practice the tarot and the divination. Yes. I mean, I own a pack of cards, so it's clear to say that I do as well. But I only read mine. And it would do people good to study history. And this is why I say study history. If you would only study just history, then you would understand the religions of old time. And then you would see the part of astrology and astronomy that those realms of reality played in the culture and religions of the people of that time. You know, Easter just passed. And Easter's a funny thing. Because in religion, i.e. Christian religion, they tell you this is about the resurrection. And if you would study history, you don't need a long explanation from anybody, because you would then know. What the people believed at a certain point in time. What they were able to analyze. They were able to analyze that at a certain point of the year, everything resurrects. Right? So we went from the shortest days of light, which was in the winter solstice, the shortest days of light, until basically around the 24th. And then after that, light started to lengthen and goes. So light was reborn, the birth of the Christos, the anointed one, the birth of the Son of God, the birth of the. Now you're going to start as a baby and you're going to grow. And what happens in the winter? Everything is dead in the winter. There's no trees. Everything is gloomy, this, that, and the third. There's no leaves on the trees. I mean, everything is gloomy. You can't grow any crops. The dirt is hard. There's this. But what happens during the spring equinox? The leaves start to return. You can see the grass. The sun stays out longer. It's not midnight at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. This is why, commercially, they use the egg as a symbol for Easter, because it represents fertility, growth, Christianity rebranded it as resurrection, and that's fine, because I would have to do a whole nother video going down that path, and I'm not really going down that path. But I just want to suggest to people that what they told you, there might be more to the story. There might be more to the story. And I would tell you right now, do not subscribe to my channel if you don't want to know. You got a choice. You have the red or green pill over here, and you do not have to take a red pill. You do not have to subscribe to my channel, because if you do, I will end up teaching you shit that you did not ask to be taught, and once you see it, you cannot unsee it. Once I teach it to you, you cannot you cannot unlearn it, because I'm teaching you truth over here. Things that you can look up yourself, and you're going to try to look it up and say, I'm going to catch this guy in a lie, and you won't catch me in a fucking lie. And then your heart and your whole world is going to be destroyed. Like, oh my God, I was lied to. And I'm going to be like, I was trying to tell you that nicely, but you didn't believe me, and you went and looked it up, and now you need a hug, right? Roby was good, man. Yeah, Dark Woke. Dark Woke says, everything starts anew after death of the season. This is true, man. This is true. So, Roby said, I'm here for the hug. That's really my show. I came on for you guys because I haven't been here in a while. But I just wanted you to know I'm working on something, and it's taking a lot of my time because I have to read all different books. I'm reading books from the 1500s. Like, I got stuff from a while ago, and then I have to translate these things because they're not in the same language that I even know. But thank God for AI. And I'm translating them page by page so that I can read the books from long ago. And it's blowing my fucking mind what these people were writing, and some of these books are banned in the USA. So I've been busy. So I cannot tell you the next time I'm on. Thank you for subscribing to my channel. Thank you for coming over here, kicking it with your boy. Oh yes, the Emerald Tablets. Let me tell you something. The first time I read the Emerald Tablets, it blew my mind. So the Emerald Tablets made me go and read the I always mess up the pronunciation of this, but the Brahmavita, is that how you say it? The Hindu scriptures, right? And the reason it made me go and study that is because when I started reading the Emerald Tablets, they were talking about flying vehicles, and I thought I had the wrong book. I swear to God, I was like, I wanted to read the Emerald Tablets. I don't know what the fuck they're talking about. But he said, deep in the halls of Amenti. And he started talking about all type of flying craft. I said, what? Blew my mind. And then I went over to the Dravidian text and read that. Then I read, obviously, the Sumerian. But if you really think about it, even in the Bible, there's flying vehicles. And it just depends on how you perceive it. So when you read Ezekiel and it's talking about the wheel inside of it is literally describing a UFO in the book of Ezekiel, a wheel inside of the wheel with the eyes on the outside. You can see it as he's describing it. And then he said, a whirlwind of fire. So he's talking about the what's the word I'm looking for? It begins with a P. But anyway, the part of the UFO that is projecting the craft, right? Which is usually used by some type of energy source that's fueled and would cause some type of fire or something like that, right? So that's how I took that. And I said, wow, he's describing a UFO. But it would not be the only book that is describing a UFO. So yeah, I definitely read the Emerald Tablets. However, yes, propulsion. Thank you. Propulsion. That's what I was looking for. Oh, yes. Well, the word extraterrestrial. It depends. I'm real finicky about that word because I believe some of us are from the extraterrestrials and some of us are not. Now, in the tablets of creation, the Sumerian tablets, clearly you have a recorded history of what is described as people who are doing genetic engineering and creating and cloning people and making people. And at this point in our reality, we cannot say, oh, that cannot be, because we're doing the same thing now, right? We're doing the same exact thing now. The Chinese scientist just got sentenced, I think he did like 3 years behind creating those, cloning those girls and making them immune to HIV. So he created two twin girls who could not catch HIV. He got sentenced to jail and did his time. I think he's home. Shout out to him. But that is not new because they wrote about this in the creation tablets in the Sumerian creation tablets. Enki and Ninhursag. Enki and Ninhursag. Right? And she goes on to design human beings. Now, I have a theory, but never mind that theory quite yet. Former National Security Administrator of Israel actually admitted that there is such a thing as the Galactic Federation. So, I already know about the Galactic Federation, but for somebody with that type of security clearance to admit that the Galactic Federation is real felt good for somebody to actually say it. For somebody to actually say it. I heard a rumor that the planet Nibiru was destroyed. And if that is the case, that is not a good thing. And I'm going to tell you why. It's not a good thing because the orbit of that planet actually, I believe, reset the Earth. Because it would come, when it came around every 3,600 years, the disruptive electromagnetic energy would shift the poles, cause all type of chaos, reset the Earth. And in my opinion, that was a good thing. But let's just say that the United States did figure out, or let's just say this planet has figured out how to destroy that planet. That's not a good thing, because now there's nothing going to reset these reptilians down here on this planet. And without the natural reset, how does it, they'll be in position forever and ever, for eternity. It's crazy. Jeremiah says, can we be friends? No. Thank you, though. I appreciate the offer. I reclined your offer. Thank you. As we are buried, the herd thins, and once again, those waterways. Yes, Roby. Exactly. All right. So that's my 2 hours, ladies and gentlemen. And it felt good to be amongst you again. If you enjoyed the show, then I would tell you to subscribe. But also the notification bell. YouTube is very funny about my channel. I'm going to let you know right now. It's not that I'm over here talking crazy. There was once something called the freedom of speech in this country. And I use it. And then they try to snatch it away. And they say, oh, you still have the freedom of speech. You just can't say certain things because it makes people feel bad. I'm still going to say what I want to say. And I've been punished for it. Plenty. But the more that we stand together, well, that's not true either. Because they took my first fucking channel for standing on the same business I'm standing on now. But I'm back, still talking shit. So I won't BS you though, and I won't just be over here telling you lies and stuff like that. But we'll have good conversation. That being said, I'm about to go do some more reading and research, and I cannot tell you when I'm going to see you. He says, why not? I'm 8. Well, that's why, bro. I don't think it's appropriate for a man to be friends with an 8-year-old if you're not my child, bro. I'm trying to protect you. You understand what I'm saying? So you gotta go get some friends that's your age. Thank you, Dark Woke. Thank you. All right, that being said, Peace out.